Is it time for Ange Postecoglou to leave Tottenham Hotspur? No. No, no, no. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a rival fan. But what I can say about Ange Postecoglou is stick with him. Enough evidence for me from a tactical standpoint, from a vibe standpoint, from a direction standpoint. Ange is the best manager you could get on the market. His ceiling is so high. He has the potential to be such a fantastic manager for the club. He's not the issue at all. It's the players he's got at his disposal. 100%. Tottenham Hotspur do not have the squad to compete to the levels that their fans want to compete at. I made this mistake with Arteta at the very start. I wanted results here and there. We got dragged in. There was a stint where Arteta was doing really well. Similar to Spurs under Ange last season, flying high, top of the table. Things have just gone since then. But it is not through the fault of Ange. He actually has been overachieving with the squad that he has. If we go player by player, the only players for me in this whole rebuild that I would keep is Vicario, Van de Ven, Udogie, Romero, of course, Pedro Porro, but they need to have rotational options with Porro and Udogie. They're playing far too many games. They need variety. Players who can adjust to that Ange system. Playing Archie Gray at right back, at left back. That isn't what Ange wants to do. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. Ange does not want to be playing Archie Gray at inverted left back, right back, wherever it is. He wants him in midfield, but due to the options he has, it's the best way forward. And that's due to the hierarchy, the Levies of this world, Ennick, whoever it is there. They're just setting up managers to fail every single time. Kulusevski, of course, will stay. Maddison is a fantastic option. He will stay. Bissouma, he is not a single pivot defensive midfielder. I am sorry, he has not got the ability to play in a defensive midfield role on his own. He can only play in a double pivot, and Spurs need that person who can cover the ground, defend spaces really well, and Bissouma isn't that player in this Ange system. Bentancur, we've seen his quality. He can be really, really good for Tottenham in that midfield role as well. We go further up. Son is such a tricky situation, but for me, I would still keep him around. Then you're now looking around. Solanke, yes. Brennan Johnston, he's a good player as well. But these are good players. In an ideal world, Solanke, Brennan Johnson, Son in the state he is now, wouldn't and shouldn't be starting for Tottenham Hotspur. Better players have to be playing ahead of them. Players suited more to Ange's system has to be playing instead of them. And that's going to come from Levy, Ennick, whoever, to dip into their pockets and be like, okay, let me provide this guy with players who are going to actually suit the way he plays and be very, very important in his system. There's so many holes. There's so many things that need to be done for Spurs to be in a situation where they can be fighting for the top four and pushing little by little for that title race. And I feel like it's now time to swallow the humble pill, Mr. Levy, and invest in the squad. As a rival fan, great. Tottenham Hotspur struggling, fantastic. But it's not due to the manager that they're struggling. It is due to those above him. Those above him are not supplying him with the right resources to perform to the highest degree and to the highest levels. And it's so disappointing, no matter if you're a rival fan, to see a club being run in this sort of way. And hopefully, Tottenham fans, stick with Ange. The battle should be with Ennick, with Levy, rather than with Ange. You've got to start making a stand, because Conte, Mourinho, Stellini, Poch, all of these managers even, they have experienced what Ange is experiencing. You sack Ange, you're back to square one. He's the sort of manager who plays attacking football, has his philosophies, has his principles, and he is the one that can really get you to those next levels. I really did love what I saw from Ange. Probably the first time he's done this, and it came with a bit of a shock to those around. He pointed out Van and was like, you've not performed to their levels. I'm really struggling with squad depth at the minute. I'm really struggling. I'm having to play youngsters. And you performing to that level, away to Rangers, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. But the balls to have that as a manager, to come out and say that, is just absolutely fantastic. You can tell he's not afraid to pick out individuals. Probably the first time he's done it, obviously. But he's not afraid to do it. He knows in this situation, okay, me as a manager, I will take the blame. But when players are not up to scratch, when senior international, German internationals are not playing to the levels and showing at least dedication and hard work, it's an absolute joke. Similar to, I don't want to say it, but Arteta with Aubameyang, there's always this one player who's not setting the standards, and when the manager calls them out, it's a fantastic thing to see. You know, you can tell you have somebody that you can trust to lead the club. But in short, Ange should not be sacked by Tottenham. He is the one. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree with what I've said? If not, let me know as well. And until next time, peace.